tonight, the babies born too soon.
I've had a little moment, but I'm more concerned with trying to not show them that I was upset because they're so worried about their children, you know.
Coronation Street star Kym-Marsh on a personal journey.
You know, a lot of people when they hear, oh, premature baby, they just think small.
Yeah, Finlay is always going to have difficulties in his life, and as a mum, you know, if you could have prevented that happening, then you would do.
To find out why premature births are on the rise.
I feel very anxious because even though we've had 2 25-weekers before, 24 hours is a lot of difference. So effectively we still could come home without a baby.
In February, Coronation Street actress Kym-Marsh gave birth to a baby boy, Archie. She was just 21 weeks and 5 days pregnant. And tragically, Archie died after only a few moments of life. The experience of losing her child has been devastating and has led Kym to question whether enough is being done to find out why women have babies early and whether services are up to scratch when they do. This is her journey.
Each year, there are 50,000 babies born prematurely in the UK, and rates are rising. When something like this happens to you, you do feel like you're on your own. So I'm looking forward to meeting other people who have been through the same thing as me. The first step on my journey has brought me here to Birmingham Women's Hospital. This was to be the first time I'd been anywhere near a neonatal unit since losing Archie.
This is little Molly and her mum Kate and her dad Duncan. Hello, hi, nice to meet you.
This is the first time I've had an opportunity to meet other mums who have gone into spontaneous early labour like I did. Molly was just 562 grams when she was born. So how many weeks were you pregnant when you...
When Molly was born, I was 23 weeks and 5 days.
23 weeks, 5 days. So that's just over the being viable. She was just viable then.
But her twin was born 8 days before her, and she wasn't.
Oh,
So-
sad.
But then Molly managed to stay inside.
She's a little miracle then.
Yeah.
Certainly is.
The survival rates for babies born as early as Molly are around 39%, but it has been over 3 months before they could even consider taking her home. Like me, Kate had no idea why she'd gone into early labour.
I've got an older child, Ben, who's 3.
Yeah.
And the pregnancy with him was fine until pretty much the end. He was born at 37 weeks.
Right.
And he had to be induced, you know, so there was no reason why it should have happened, really, I don't think.
Yeah.
And they couldn't find any infection or anything like that, so
Yeah.
I don't know, really.
Strange that things can happen like this. My son, who's nearly 14, he was born at 33 weeks.
Yeah.
And then my daughter was full term.
Yeah.
And then I lost Archie earlier this year, and he was born 18 weeks early.
Right.
And there's kind of question marks surrounding that whole,
Yes.
you know, thing. And certainly with David, there was no kind of explanation for me at that point.
I'd say that the biggest emotion I've felt since Molly's been born is guilt. You know, I feel like it's my fault because I was the one who was meant to be looking after her. I was the one who was meant to be keeping her safe inside, and I couldn't, you know, for some reason my body decided that she was going to be born, and it's hard. It's hard to reconcile that because I want someone to say, it's okay, no, there is a reason for it.
The unit here looks after almost 1,000 babies a year. The cost of having a baby in neonatal special care is estimated at £7,000 per week. A recent survey by Tommy's charity estimated that the overall cost of premature births to the NHS is close to £1 billion.
Gemma, this is Kim.
Hi Gemma. Hello. Nice
And this is Daisy.
Hello Daisy. So how many weeks was she when you...
24 and 3 days.
24 and 3
Yeah,
days.
I had twins.
Right.
Yeah, the little boy only survived a week.
Oh, bless him.
She's a little miracle.
She is a little miracle, yeah. She is a little miracle. So what happened, do you know?
I went into labour at 23 weeks and I managed to hold on to him for another 10 days, but I'm not really sure why I went into labour. Don't really know now. Yeah. Perhaps because it was twins. Not really sure.
Women are at greater risk of having early labour when having twins. Half of twins will come early.
It's amazing that she's obviously so strong.
Yeah, I know.
To be able to overcome all
I mean,
the things
she's £1.3 born, so it's just like so small. So she's like huge now to me.
Yeah, I bet.
Gemma showed me a card they had made when her baby Archie died.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. I want to make you cry.
Oh, I'm sorry for you, honestly.
I'm sorry for you too. Thank you.
Good for you, little one, eh? Well, I held it together while I was with them. Afterwards you kind of feel quite upset. I've just, I've had a little moment, but I was more concerned with just trying to not show them that I was upset, because they're so worried about their children. You don't need to be making it worse, but they're, I can totally get on how they're feeling, everything they were saying, everything, Molly's mum was saying, oh, well, I blame myself, and that's exactly the feelings that you have. You blame yourself, you blame someone else, but what was interesting was how everyone I spoke to said that they didn't know why they'd gone into premature labour, why they'd had their babies prematurely.